Throwing it back to Billboard's Hot 100 the week of September 3rd, 1966. Throwing down, jamming with Marvin Gaye. A Lost 45 by Marvin Gaye that should have done a lot better than it did. Little Darling, I Need You by Marvin Gaye. It jumped from number 73 to number 50. I can't read my chicken scratch. Jumped from 73 to number 55 on Billboard's Hot 100 that week. It sure was on the move, but guess what? All for naught. Didn't make top 40. This song was produced by, here we go again, the dynamic Motown songwriting production team of Holland-Dozier-Holland. Now here's the thing about Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye in 1966 was not a good year for Marvin Gaye. He did not have a top 10 that year. His last top 10 was, there was I'll Be Doggone, that was in 1965, and How Sweet It Is, that was in late 64, fall of 64. Those were top 10s. His last top 10 in 1965 was not I'll Be Dog, Ain't That Peculiar. That was his last top 10. And about almost a year had passed since his last top 10. Motown brought in Holland-Dozier-Holland to work their magic with Marvin Gaye. After all, they put the Supremes on the map. The first 4 singles by the Supremes, produced by Holland-Dozier-Holland. Might have been the first 5. First 4 or 5 songs by the Supremes went to number 1. And the 4 tops, oh, get out of here. Sugar Pie, Honey Bunch, same old song. Holland-Dozier-Holland classics. Put the 4 tops on the map big time. If it worked for the Supremes and the 4 tops, well, my goodness, maybe it'll work for Marvin Gaye. Let's team Marvin Gaye with Holland-Dozier-Holland, and let's get Marvin Gaye back in the top 10. And guess what? It didn't happen. Sure didn't. Song went to number 47 on Billboard's Hot 100. Oh, darling, I need you. Despite everything, Holland-Dozier-Holland, they poured all their production firepower into this record. The Funk Brothers backed them up musically, but it just didn't work. Well, what can you say? But still, Over the Horizon, coming into late 66. Marvin Gaye teams up with, I believe it's Kim Weston. It Takes Two. One of the best Motown records that ever came out. Top 20 for them. Marvin Gaye on the comeback trail in 1967, 68. A couple of other things about this record. Little Darling, I Need You. Guess who covered it? Later on, a decade later, the Doobie Brothers covered it. When Michael McDonald was the lead singer of the Doobie Brothers, he was a Motown fan, obviously. The album was called Living on the Fault Line. It came out in 1977. This was not a big album for the Doobie Brothers. Their biggest hit off the album was Echoes of Love. Well, the song that they did, Echoes of Love. And that, I don't even think that one even made top 40, Echoes of Love. But here's another factoid about the Doobie Brothers. This was not the first Motown record they covered. One of the Doobie Brothers' biggest hits in the summer of 1975, Take Me in Your Arms, Rock Me a Little, was originally done by Kim Weston, 1965. A Motown hit. Well, actually, it was not a big Motown hit. Went to number 50 in 1965, Take Me in Your Arms by Kim Weston. It was later covered by the Isley Brothers. Got to double check my research, but I believe Holland-Dozier-Holland also wrote that record. Produced it. Take Me in Your Arms. All right, but we're on Marvin Gaye. Little Darling, I Need You, coming in at number 55 the week of May. Well, it looks like 5 instead of 9 on my notes. That's my chicken scratch. The week of September 3rd, 1966.